This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
This video is brought to you by Immieats instant ramen noodles. Listen, there are many characters in the Trump sphere who are liars, who are dangerous individuals, who are usurpers of democracy, who stood enabling a fascist. It's just the way it is, without a doubt. And Kayleigh McEnany is heads and shoulders above many of the worst. And there is an effort underway right now to kind of rewrite the history of the Trump. Early on, already they're trying to rewrite the history. When it's fresh in our minds. When Donald Trump told tens of thousands of lies. There was a common refrain during Trump's administration by pundits and conservative surrogates who would say after Donald Trump would make a gaffe, whether it be about drinking bleach or injecting light up your ass to cure the coronavirus, or any number of things that Donald Trump said, racist and otherwise, that pundits would say, well, what he meant to say was, remember that? Remember how common that was? Well, I think what the president meant to say was, he's a 70-something-year-old man who doesn't have a grasp enough of the English language to be a leader at this high a level. Before I get to all of this, stick around. A word from today's sponsor, Immieats Instant Ramen Noodles. As many of you are probably well aware, because you see me when I'm doing my videos, I love to eat. I am constantly looking for new recipes to try at home and new flavors to incorporate. And though I do love to cook when time allows, during the day I'm often on the run and looking for a quick bite. And eating in a hurry too often means eating poorly. But just because junk mail fills up your day doesn't mean you have to eat junk food. My latest quality quick meal, Immieats ramen noodles. What's easier than ramen? Unlike the overly salty, low-quality ramen that you're probably used to whipping up at home, Immieats is good, and it's good for you. Immieats is a 100% plant-based, low-carb ramen that is lower in sodium, but higher in deliciousness. It's time for you to experience a tastier and healthier ramen. Go to Immieats.com/Dollemore for $5 off your order. You can have your ramen and eat it too. I love their spicy beef flavor, but their tom yum shrimp and their black garlic chicken are also super fantastic. The fact that all the flavors are 100% plant-based and dairy-free makes me feel all the better about my meal. And speaking of 100%, Immieats offers a 100% happiness guarantee. So you can try it risk-free. If you don't feel their ramen is worth it, Immieats will offer you a full refund within 30 days of your purchase. Refresh your ramen regimen with Immieats. Head to Immieats.com/Dollemore or just click the link in the description below and use code Dollemore to get $5 off your first order and know that you're supporting this channel. And yesterday on Fox News, Kayleigh McEnany said something laughable. She said, I worked for President Trump. I was his press secretary. I didn't have to run around cleaning up things the president said. Come on, man. This is laughable. I mean, it is literally a laughable statement because we all have memories. We all remember what it was like, the horror and the terror that existed during the Trump administration. That not only did his press secretary have to run around cleaning things up, many others did as well. His cabinet secretaries, just random Republicans who had a speaking gig on a network. Listen to this from Kayleigh McEnany, and then I'm going to treat you with a couple clips from previous things that she said and discredit her.
I mean, I worked for President Trump. I was his press secretary. I didn't have to run around cleaning up things the president said because the president was the one in control. He was the commander in chief.
Yeah, a joke. If it weren't so tragic and dangerous, it would be a funny joke. But it's gross. Remember this from August 2021, where she lies this is after she was press secretary. Now she has a paid gig on Fox, where she was talking about, listen, during the Trump administration, it wasn't crisis after crisis. Remember this moment.
Chaos, that's going to be a big dark cloud that's going to hang over his head. And you got open borders, you got crime, you got gas prices. This is just a nasty mix of things that a lot of this stuff didn't need to happen.
Right. We are 8 months into a Biden presidency, Jesse. Wrap your head around that. We still have 3 years and 4 months left. Look, when President Trump was president, you didn't see crisis after crisis. You just didn't see it.
Liar. Also, maybe more insipid is the fact that she believes you to be a moron. She believes you to be stupid. She believes you to be without ability to navigate the world on the world's terms. That you don't remember exactly how many crises there were during the Donald Trump administration. They couldn't get anything done based on the fact that they were constantly trying to clean up Donald Trump's messes. She's a liar. Point blank. Plainly put. So much of a liar that she lies about her lies. Remember this moment from March of 2021, one of her first, after the Trump administration ended, where she told Fox News, I believe it's Hannity, that she never lied as press secretary. During all the time and all the things that she said in defense of Donald Trump, not one time did she lie.
Sean, on my first day, I mean, if you think of the questions I was asked at the podium, I was asked about allegations of that nature that were false allegations, but allegations nonetheless against the president. I was asked if I would ever lie to the press. I said no, and I kept my word. I never did. We had footnotes to everything we ever said. But those are the flavor and the variety of questions I was asked at the podium. And by the way, we had to anticipate at the podium. But those are questions we've heard crickets. They just don't simply get that degree of scrutiny in a Democrat administration as you would in a Donald Trump administration.
And listen, I could give you dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of examples, but nobody has that kind of time. So here's just one. Here is Kayleigh McEnany saying that after being asked dozens of times about Donald Trump's impending health care plan, the soon-to-be revealed healthcare plan that was coming in 2 weeks. Oh, in a couple of weeks, he's going to unveil it. Oh, yeah. In a couple of weeks, he's going to unveil it. Oh, you have a question about it? Oh, yeah. It's a couple of weeks. It's coming in a couple of weeks. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Couple of weeks, max. We're going to have the Donald Trump healthcare plan. Yeah. It never came, if you're wondering, if you're unaware of where we stand relative to Trump care in the United States. There was no healthcare plan. It was a lie. So the woman who says that she didn't have to run around doing damage control for Donald Trump, and that she never lied as press secretary, and there was no crises during Donald Trump's reign, she also said this.
The president is giving a healthcare speech on Thursday. Is this finally going to be his long-awaited comprehensive healthcare policy? Because there are doubts that such a thing actually exists.
No, it certainly does exist. The president in the next week or so will be laying out his vision for healthcare. Some of that has already been put out there, like telemedicine and lowering the cost of drugs. But the president and protecting pre-existing conditions. But the president will be laying out some additional healthcare steps in the coming, I would say, 2 weeks. Yeah. Yes.
So what are we to believe here? One, we are to believe that Republicans are either, and I'm talking about voters here, the Republican masses, not political leaders, they're either stupid or they want to believe so badly that the things that she's saying are true that they just buy it. Either way, we're in trouble. Either way, it does not spell positive outcomes for our country because a massive swath of the American people believe this or want to believe it so badly that they're just on board for the ride. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to know. Let's mix it up. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. We can also talk about it in the comments. I have a doctor's appointment later today. We'll jump on the old phone and mix it up in the comments. Follow me on social media. I am certainly there to mix it up. I am at Dollemore just about everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I spend too much time on the social media. So I'd love to see you there. And if I bring you value, if I am your flavor of political commentator, please consider supporting my work right here on the platform. You can click the join button below this video right here on YouTube and become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month, pennies a day, or you can click on over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast, which is not just for the podcast, which, by the way, we just published our 800th episode of the podcast. We've been doing it for over 8 years. I would invite you to subscribe and listen over there. A lot less buttoned up on the podcast. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Don't be a liar. And take care of one another.